What I love about live television is you never know what's going to happen. These folks have been standing here so patiently and for just 15 minutes, and actually they were coming in and they made it safely. I want you to know that. But listen, we've had a lot of fun moving this number of young people in and out, and boy, how they blessed our hearts. Many of you have been calling tonight. Thank you so much. The questions that you've come in, we'll try to address those, and if we get more questions after we go off the air, we'll make sure that we answer them, or we'll do our very best if we can get a name or address for that. But this evening here on Nite Line is being dedicated to Anderson University, a great South Carolina Baptist school in Anderson, South Carolina. Many years ago, it was Anderson College, and went to university status, some 10, 15 years ago, I would guess. My timing may be off just a little. But the programs that are offered there, as you've heard, are incredible. But more than that, we've been trying tonight to feature these beautiful young people and their director, Dr. Christopher Hansen, and the choir, the Anderson University Choir. And I mean, folks, they can sing. And one thing we've got to do, I know my people from Appalach Baptist Church are listening, and I want you all to know, particularly Rusty, if you're listening, we've got to get this group to church, maybe in the fall sometime, to sing, because they would, they're just energized. Listen, y'all give the Energizing Bunny a run for his money. I'm convinced of that, because I mean, they've got the energy galore, and it just kind of rubs off on me. I know it does on Dr. Hansen. By the way, after they sing in just a moment, we're going to be visiting with Dr. Hansen and Mr. Kenneth Varner, and we're going to be talking about the music program, the great music program at Anderson University. So don't turn that dial, and any questions you have, please. Prayer partners are standing by. They'll take those questions as well as you're giving us those prayer requests. So we're waiting continually to hear from you. Right now, the Anderson University Choir, the South African Gospel Song. Okay, folks, come on. Hey, that's the Anderson University Choir, and I hope that you have enjoyed them. They've got another song for. And as we were coming back to the second hour, they exit and come in and out like that, and so the producer was telling me by the skin of our teeth we got everybody in, and we're grateful. But that's what I love about live television, and what you see is exactly what you get. And boy, thank you, young people. Dr. Hansen, welcome to Nite Line.
Thank you, Pastor
And
Benny.
my dear friend Ken Varner, we go back. How many years? Do you want to tell them?
Well, it was probably in the early 70s.
Oh my goodness! You know, I just recently celebrated the 40th anniversary of my 25th birthday. I did.
Congratulations.
Yeah. You haven't celebrated that yet.
Not yet.
No, we're not going to talk about that, Reverend. Let me tell you, Dr. Hansen, this is beautiful music. I mean, it really is. And my hat is off to you, sir, for what you have done. You've got great folks who accompany you. Of course, Ken Varner, but your percussionist. And I mean, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Tell us how long you've been at Anderson University.
I have been in Anderson since August 1st.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've been saying it a lot lately. I'm the new guy. The new guy. I came in as a new professor at the university over the summer, moved my whole family down and bought a house and settled in Anderson.
And you came from where?
We came from the central North Carolina area. My wife and I are really from Apex, Cary.
Yep.
And we were in the Greensboro area. I had worked in Orange County for a long time in the Hillsboro, Chapel Hill area,
right.
Also in Greensboro. But yeah, this summer moved down. August 1, so I don't know how many months has that been?
9.
It's my second semester here.
Let me tell you something. We are proud to have people like Chris Hansen, Dr. Christopher Hansen at Anderson University, because not only of your musical ability, but just what you're instilling in these young people. It's really wonderful, and I know that I speak for all of us that we're very honored to have you. Keep it up, because the sound is so rich. So many kind comments have come in from so many of you who are listening tonight, and then of course with Ken Varner accompanying you. I mean, what can we say now? Because you're both well-rounded in music. I mean, do you have a favorite style?
Oh my goodness!
I know
this is
loaded.
a really hard conversation to have with a musician.
I know that's loaded, but I mean, I know where Ken would come from. Where would you be coming from, Dr. Hansen?
I don't know. You know, for me, I am very diverse in what I like to listen to. And I would say it might depend on my mood,
okay,
or what mood I want to be in, or what is going to motivate me with whatever I'm doing. So maybe it might even be in the domain of what kind of music. So
I'm with you.
So okay, in the world, everybody's watching me and doing choral music. So okay, in choral music, what I love the most are spirituals. I'm just driven by spirituals. I'm also driven by the contemporary choral genre that's out now that uses more classical singing but with contemporary methods. I call it crunchy music. Oh, I love it so much.
Right.
But when you take me out of this context, I'm a guy that grew up listening to grunge music.
Yep.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But I'm very eclectic. When I was in high school, I sang in a barbershop chorus.
Okay.
I had a barbershop quartet that was very, very talented. But I also had my own garage band that played heavy metal music.
Okay.
And I was in the choir at the school, and I sang everywhere. I just did everything.
I understand.
Musical theater, you name it. So if I had to go deep, deep down inside, the music that touches me the most, that just drives me the most, are spirituals.
Yeah. And tonight, I think in the first hour, there was a couple of songs that, oh my, that really spoke to me. was it that first one or that second one? It wasn't really a spiritual, but I sing because I'm happy.
Yeah.
I like the way that starts, and I like, it just kind of makes you tap your feet.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I mean, I can tell you're into that. Ken, are you getting into any of this? Because I know him too well, and are you getting into all this? Now, I want to know.
Gradually. Little by little.
Yeah, I mean, because, for those of you who didn't know, Ken and I worked together at the Eastland Church for about 3 or 4 years. He was our church organist, and, he's gone on. He's at Boulevard Baptist, I think, in Anderson, and also companies there at the university. I mean, this guy in church work is probably considered one of the top 5 organists in the country. You are, but I'm just wondering, because I'm identifying with all this music that Dr. Hansen we're talking about, and knowing you, I actually see you moving a little on the piano bench.
I don't let that out too often.
We have a good time. We have a good time.
I know you do. I mean, you have to, and it shows, and you can tell it. And the kids are just so responsive to your leadership. What? Tell me your exact role now. I know at Anderson University, I know you are choir director. Or you're teaching classes. What classes would you be teaching?
My predominant role at the university is at the graduate teaching level, teaching online graduate classes in music education research.
Okay.
Which is a complete flip from what you just saw.
Yeah.
They hired me to teach these online classes, like education research, methodologies and research.
Yes.
So I deal with human behavior, and the human behavior in research is focused on education and music. The other task that I have is with music education at the undergraduate level. I teach secondary methods courses. So if you want to be a music teacher in the school system, you've got to go through me at Anderson University to learn how to be a music educator.
Right. Now, your classes are they hybrids? Are they online? Or are they traditional setting?
I'll say all 3.
Okay.
And I say that because the graduate courses are completely online.
Right.
I'm really savvy with online learning, and I see the value in that. So most of my classes, including my choir, uses a hybrid approach. I use the choir room as a laboratory for experimenting and rehearsal and all of these wonderful things that just keeps us motivated. But I use the online environment for the instructional materials. So anything like lectures, sectional videos, reading materials, anything that we would normally do in the class that would be considered academic, I put online, and I make it very personable. So we do one-on-one interactions with me, and I spend a lot of time in the university's green room. We have the best studio at Anderson University, and the professors get to go in and use this awesome technology and create these incredible materials that students can use to interact with us.
Right.
So I use all 3. The traditional method as well, just students in the classroom, chalkboard. We have real chalkboards still. They do exist.
And for me, when they allowed me to sit in a choir rehearsal back in, I guess it was February, Ken had given me a buzz, and I knew I was there for a trustee meeting, and I thought, well, maybe he and I'd go to lunch, but whatever. And he was down. Y'all were rehearsing. He said, "Man, why don't you come on down? You can meet Dr. Hansen and hear the choir." I said, "Well, I think I will," and slipped in. And I told you that day, I said, "Listen, y'all got to be on television. This is, it was just too good." And so you're here, and I know our viewers, so many of you have commented tonight. We're grateful for that. With all that we see going, do you see the choir program expanding? You have plans to expand the choir numbers, or do you like keeping it, say, at 70, 75, 72, what it is? Or do you see on the horizon broadening that number to 100, 150? What do you see? I know that bigness, if you will, is not necessarily quality.
Yeah. Well, by virtue of me being here at the university, It is a result of the growth of the school.
Okay.
Without the enrollment growing, they wouldn't have the funding to hire a full-time professor.
Right.
So there is a trajectory for growth. And now, with Dr. Richard Williamson, our director of choral
Yes,
activities,
yes.
he conducts his choir, our concert choir,
Right.
and now I am full-time teaching we call it AU choir. That's kind of in our heart, AU choir, Anderson University Chorus. With both of us now, full-time choral conductors on the faculty, that's twice the exposure we have.
Right.
That's twice the influence that we have to nurture the communities that we serve. I honestly believe with the relationship between Dr. Williamson and myself and the vision that we have, that our numbers are going to grow.
Right.
And just some basic data, when I was hired, the choir was not this large.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the semester, we saw the potential for growth. They've not had a choir this large in a spring semester. It has more than doubled in size.
Yeah.
And I'm already getting the buzz on campus regarding this. I anticipate this ensemble growing exponentially. And if this choir continues to grow, the rest of the choral program will grow because
Yes.
they'll naturally matriculate through.
Sure.
And so every choir program will benefit from the growth of this. And it's not just the growth of the choir. Our commercial music program is growing. Wow, what a strong program. Our worship leadership program is growing. We're attracting people from all over the country and over the world.
Yeah.
People are coming to us because of our reputation
Yes,
and
yes.
our job placement rate. Our music ed program, our performance program, all of our programs combined create this cohesive synergetic unit, and it's just going to continue to thrive. It is an incredible, vibrant place to be right now.
Well, it is, and not only I was saying the electricity in here tonight, but at the choir rehearsal. Now, I know, Ken, you accompany Chris's program. Are you also involved in the concert choir, or are you just part of the AU?
My sort of title is collaborative pianist,
Okay.
which means I get to the privilege of working with this choir, but also I get to play for many of these students for their voice lessons, for their recitals, and I get to see them grow from the freshman to their senior year.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing what happens in 4 years.
Yeah.
And I will just finish my 9th year in a
Yes.
few weeks, starting my 10th year coming
Right.
up. And so it's a joy. This guy, he wears me out.
Well, I know.
I mean-
This is what I'm seeing. You see, that's why I'm picking on Ken. I said because, I can identify with Dr. Hansen because, as you well know, I love that type of moving and
That's why I invited you.
I know.
I mean, that's why.
And
That's why.
yeah, he did. He told me. He said, he said, this is
your
up
thing.
your alley.
Yeah.
And he said, Dr. Hansen is up your alley. And I said, okay, I'll come. And, sure, I mean, I love this. I can identify with it. All music. I love all genres. But I really love this. But what is also well said is the very fact that y'all are having fun.
Absolutely.
And everybody can tell it. Everybody can tell it. I mean, and when you're having fun and you're teaching, wow, God's blessing. Now, I know in just a moment we've got the choir coming back, and so my floor director is telling me that y'all need to go and get set up. So I'm going to let you just slip out going that way. And I want to thank you. We're proud of you at Anderson University.
Thank you, sir.
Keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Amen.
Dr. Chris Hansen, our choir director there. And by the way, someone wrote in, what is the effort that Anderson University is making for financial help and scholarships, primarily for the poor and underprivileged minority? Now, I'm going to see if I can get this answered in just a moment. Maybe Dr. Cline can help me answer this. I can speak from a trustee level, but I want to try to speak to you and speak to you from one of the administrative folks there, and I'm going to get him to help me answer this question in just a moment. But when we talk about universities today, I know there are a lot of places that there's some, well, I won't use that word. I'm glad to say at Anderson University, you have seen four, if you will, of the finest folks that are leading our young people. And you can rest assured in the Lord that you send your child or your son or daughter, grandson or granddaughter to Anderson University, you're seeing the quality education they're going to get, but the friends that they're going to make will be a lifetime. I mean, not just with one another, but with professors. And once again, I can speak from what I know, because my son is, as I said earlier, is a graduate of Anderson University, and he still has many friends that he endeared himself to in the professor's role there in the nursing school. So, oh my, I've worshiped tonight, I've celebrated. Many of you have. Continued prayer partners are standing by right now. The Anderson University Choir, Bonsi Abba. Come on, folks. We don't miss a beat here at Nite Line. We're just calm and cool, and we're just always, haven't you enjoyed these folks tonight? I mean, come on. They have blessed our heart. And let me ask our director, will I be fussed at if I walk over to the choir? Well, no, they're leaving. Y'all stay put, stay put. Well, will I get fussed at by our director if I've been told I can walk over here. Okay, good. I can only do what, they're my bosses. I do what they tell me. Y'all been great tonight. I mean, you really have well, no, you're very, listen, I have fun. I just do what I'm told to do. I mean, I really do. But thank all of you. One more word with you before we go. Let me see, who am I going to? Right there. We had a question that came in, and let me just, what is the effort that Anderson University is making for financial help and scholarships, primarily for the poor and underprivileged minority? Great question, and thank you so much for that. What I want you to do, you see there at the bottom of your screen that Anderson University telephone number. If you'll call tomorrow, admissions, and ask for admissions, this is a work in progress constantly, because we want to do our very best in giving every individual an opportunity to better him or herself in the studies at Anderson University. And so if you'll give us a call, we will do our best. I know the admissions area will, and so you please give us a call. Thank you. So many of you have written in tonight. You've said you're enjoying the program. I've got to know, there's a lady, I love this, a lady wants to know if Reverend Wes Brazier's father is Walter Brazier. And I would say I would think so, but call him tomorrow at Anderson University and ask him, does he know his daddy's name, okay? And I am sure, because I think he slipped out. He's got 3 young children, and I think he had to put somebody to bed. I'm not real sure on that. But we want to thank you so much for being part of our Anderson University night. I want to thank Dr. Chris Hansen, our choir director there at Anderson. We're so proud of him. Thanks to Mr. Kenneth Varner. the accompanist there at Anderson University. We want to thank Dr. Bob Cline, our vice president there, and also Reverend Wes Brazier, our campus pastor. And we want to thank you for inviting us into your home. We realize that there are a lot of things on the television you could be watching, but you decided tonight to tune in, and I hope and pray that you've been blessed like I've been blessed. And I hope and pray that if you're considering a college, a university, you're a young person who was flipping the remote, and all of a sudden you saw these young people here and you wanted to listen to them and you can identify with them. Let me encourage you. Call Anderson University, get an application, fill it out, be the best thing you've ever done. I want you to know. So thanks again for allowing us to be part of your evening. Thank all of you for being so wonderful. You really, really are. And Dr. Hansen, God bless you. Thank you so much. You're what make us proud of Anderson University.
Thank you, sir.
And also to my dear friend Ken Varner. And thank you all. By the way, we've got a wonderful program tomorrow night, on and on. And let me just remind you, on Sunday, I've got to get this in before we go off there. Every Sunday from 12 to 12:30, you can watch Pastor Benny Presents. Michael J. joins me every Sunday. And if you can't catch us at noon on Sunday, watch us on Wednesday at 4:30 in the afternoon. That's Pastor Benny Presents. I'll look forward to seeing you with me either Sunday or Wednesday, all right? But from all of us here at WGGS, where something clean is in the air, thanks so much for letting us be part of your evening. We love you. And as Jimmy Thompson would say, and even as Dante says from time to time, we'll see you in the air or we'll see you on the air. Wherever and however, God bless you. We love you. I'm Pastor Benny saying good night.